Hi, I'm Yolanda, and in today's tutorial I will be showing you how I make a stained glass cake. All the materials used are going to be listed in the information window of this video. So let's get started. To make this stained glass effect, I've already covered with fondant my cake. I also traced some flowers that I want to stand out within the design. This is the color that I use to mark the flowers. I marked some flowers around the cake and also on top. Also, I'm going to be adding some leaves. So I use this leaf cutter. Okay, and I'm going to just make an impression on the fondant utilizing the leaf cutter. I also want the leaves to stand out. Right now, I just have flowers and leaves on my cake. Later on, I'm going to be tracing with a veining tool different segments on the cake. Now I'm going to use my veining tool and I'm going to draw or mark different designs. It doesn't matter how big or small your design is. It doesn't matter what shape you are drawing. As long as they are all connected to each other, it's okay. You can draw circles, triangles, rectangles, squares, whatever it is that you like. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to be doing this throughout the entire surface of the cake. After drawing on the surface of my cake all the shapes and segments that I wanted, this is what the surface looks like right now. You might not be able to see it because it is white and the reflection of the light, sometimes you can't see it, but once we start working with it, you are going to be able to see the design. And now with black royal icing with a thin to medium consistency and tip number 2 fitted to my pastry bag, I'm going to outline the entire cake. Wherever I drew a line, I am going to outline it. That way, I am forming my pattern and then I will fill it with piping gel. So let's continue outlining the pattern. I just want to point out that for this, you really need to take your time. You cannot rush this job, especially that you are working with black icing. So my suggestion is that you be very careful when you outline your pattern, because you are going to be working on top of, on the top surface of the cake as well as on the sides. The top is not as hard as working on the side. So you really need to take your time if you want a nice outline on your cake. Remember that all the segments should be connected to each other. You cannot leave any gap in between. You have to connect each individual one to another. That's why you need to really step back and see how your pattern is going. You know, what is the next segment that you are going to outline? Is it going to connect? You need to make sure that all your segments are connected to each other. Okay, this is how you are going to get a nice pattern. And then when you fill the pattern with the piping gel, it's going to look really nice, but all the sides, they all need to be connected with each other. Now that I'm done outlining the entire cake, now I'm going to start painting the design. I'm using piping gel. Piping gel usually comes in clear color with no color, but you can add some color to it. For the flowers, I wanted this vibrant pink, and I'm going to use this color only for the flowers because even though this is a stained glass effect, I want the flowers to stand out. This is the image that I want to stand out within the design. The flowers and also the leaves. I'm going to use green for the leaves. So if you want an object to stand out in a stained glass effect, then you use one color for the image that you want to stand out. This is how I do it. So I'm going to continue coloring the flowers. Okay, so I'm done coloring all my flowers. I've colored the flowers on the sides and on top. So next, I am going to start using another color for the design. The next color that I want to use is like an orange color. So I'm going to color a lot of the segments of the design. Nothing in particular, just randomly taking a design and coloring it with this color. And just to remind you again, I'm using piping gel. You can find piping gel maybe in AC Moore, Joann Fabrics, or Michaels, wherever cake decorating supplies are sold. They usually come clear, but you can add coloring to it. So far, my cake is looking pretty good. Right now, I'm going to use green for the leaves. All the leaves I want in green, and I want to use the green only for the leaves. I will probably use the green for a couple, maybe 2 or 3 segments, but for the most part, I wanted the color green for the leaves because I want the leaves to stand out. And this is what I'm doing right now, just painting leaves. Okay, so my next color to be used is the violet. I am going to paint different segments with violet. I don't have any specific segments that I want painted violet because I don't want any other segments except for the flowers and the leaves to stand out. And the last color that I will be using for this cake, for this stained glass effect, is yellow. Most of the segments I've colored in yellow, and that way the background of the cake looks like if it's yellow. When you want the background to look a certain color, then you will color most of the segments with that color. So in this case, my background looks like if it's yellow instead of the white, because we actually started with white, with the fondant in white. But because most of the segments I've colored in yellow, it looks like the background was yellow. And so we are almost done, and it's looking great. So here is the final product. The cake is finished. Everything is being painted with piping gel. All the segments connect to each other. And the flowers, if you can see, they are standing out, as well as the leaves. So you see how I made the flowers stand out because they are all painted only with one color. Also, I added this flower. It's not quite the same color of the background flower, but it's something similar. You can add flowers or roses, whatever you like, to the cake, or you could just leave it like that, plain. Well, this has been all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial as much as I did. Please share this video with someone else. And if you'd like to receive any tutorials, please subscribe to my channel. Again, thank you for visiting. I hope to see you the next time when I bring another tutorial. Until then, God bless you.